So now we invite our dear speaker for the day, Kamal Roohani, a dear friend. And Kamal is going to share her wonderful poetry today, written in Baba's love, and share her stories of her life in Baba's love. So Kamal came to Meher Baba when she was very young because of her Masi, that's her mother's sister, who was married to Homi Damania, who was Eruch Jasawala's cousin brother. And the Satha family, the Damania and the Jasawala family has always been connected to Meher Baba. And that is how she got in Baba's contact and has been around since the time she was 7 years old when she first saw him. And ever since then, she has been connected to Baba. Since her Masi was staying in Ahmednagar, her cousin Shenazz, their daughter, was with Kamal and her grandmother in Mumbai for schooling, and both used to go to Nagar during the holidays, and during that time is when they met beloved Baba. So here is Kamal for another wonderful hour with us on our EastWest Satsang. Jai Meher Baba Kamal, and wonderful to have you with us.
Jai Meher Baba Roshani. Hi, can you hear me? Can you
Yes,
hear
we can
me?
hear you. Yes.
Yeah. Jai Baba to everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me, Rosh. Yeah. So, can I talk about my poetry or should I talk about Baba?
No, Baba, and then you can intersperse, read your poetry, tell us how it all came about, and
Yes.
share your little life stories with Baba, growing up time, and whatever comes from your heart.
Yeah, actually, the thing is that we was from young age with Baba. So I don't remember a lot. But in 1968, when Baba's Dara and Amrit were married. So we were there for all the days, and there's a video and all also taken, and we all had a lovely time. And then I remember one thing that whenever we would go for these gatherings, that Baba would be sitting there, and then Eruch would be calling us, and all we children would be going, and meeting Baba. And then a little bit also, I remember that when Baba used to come to Ahmednagar, when he used to come to the Satta family, and all of us kids and everybody used to go and meet Baba. And like we have Sam Irwin has taken a video also of all of us where we all kids talk about Baba and Eruch uncle and all the people asked, Satta family, how they came to Baba. That is how
Kamal,
they, yeah.
May I just interrupt? Could
Yeah,
you
yeah.
check if your fan or something is on, because there's some disturbance coming? Is the fan
Okay,
on?
okay,
Yeah.
okay. 1 minute.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
let me
Sure.
see. I'll just switch off my fan. 1 minute. Yeah,
Sure. Thank you.
yeah. Just a second. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Now am I okay?
Much better. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Rosh. So
Okay.
these are the instances, and then every time when we had holidays, we would go and meet them, and then we had all of them, Mani and Mera and everybody where we would go and eat in Baba's kitchen, and we all children used to just enjoy, and we would love going there. Every vacation when we would go and visit Baba, and we used to so little things I remember, Rosh, not so much, and then Baba taking us on his laps, and we would do like this all that we remember. Yeah, so then and then after Baba dropped his body in 1969, and then whenever we would go, we would be with Mera, Mani, all of them, and we used to really have a lovely time. And where this pilgrim center is there, of course there was only that hall, that monthly hall. So I remember vividly that we used to go there and sit with them and have lovely chats, and Mera was awesome. Yeah. So then, so this is otherwise. Actually, if I don't have any story that how I came to Baba, because Baba just came in our family, and then my cousin sister and me, we started growing, and then afterwards, I had our schooling and all that. So there was no touch with Baba as such. And then afterwards, in 1995, my cousin sister told me that, Kamal, there is a very nice MPR and all that. And so why don't we go there? And so that is how I started going again. And from 95, we have never looked back. So I never looked back. Very nice experience. And yeah, so my poetry book is such, Rosh. Okay, as a child, I used to write poetry. And then when I just one day I thought of writing more poems. And then I started making a blog. I have a blog. It's known as Word Boundless Blessings. And it has been all started with Baba. And so I just started writing poetry. And then one day my son told me, Mom, you're writing so beautiful. So why don't you start, make a poetry book? So I said that, and my son is an art director. So he told me, you don't worry, I'll do everything for you. And that is how, Rosh, I published a book in the year 2018. And the name of my book, it's Poet's Touch. And this is the name of my book. And it's all Baba. And I have dedicated the book to Meher Baba. This is the first page of Baba. Yeah. And it is in his love and grace. I dedicate this book of poetry to my beloved Meher Baba. And it's written here, he's the pen, the paper, the muse, and the imagination. Jai Baba. So if you want, I can just, read a poem of mine for Baba. It's known as Language of the Heart. Language of the heart is the song of love for the beloved, a thrilling divine romance, a music to the soul, playing the nard of ecstasy. He can only be found and as an expression of love within you, my honey bun, as tiny droplets of misty dew. Once your heart is clean, you will shine out of it, spreading radiance of joy like tiny bells of buttercups. His only abode is the heart. Do not lose your temperament, but keep him cherished as a chest full of treasures. And remember, he's always in your heart. So this is one of my poems. And there's another poem that was actually a song in Hindi on a very nice song, but I've made it into English. Oh Saki Pilade. You must be knowing that, Rosh. So I have written, drink me a cup. Oh Saki, I'm in an endless thirst. My mouth is awfully parched. Make me drink a cup make me drink a sip from your divine cup, the love that pours forth stealthily upon my dry lips. Oh Saki, make me drink senselessly so that I lose my sorrows that have made me speechless in the core of your heart. For I can barely hear your sweet song in my dark moments of despair. Oh Saki, light my way. My hands are outstretched. I can see myself in only you. In the depths of my soul, my gaze is hazy and unclear. My mouth is parched. Tempt me to a cup, O Saki, of your divine wine. So there are many poems, but I found these two poems, very apt for Baba. Yeah. And so that is how, we were with Baba Rosh, and we had many experiences with him. Yeah.
Yes, you can read, and everybody is listening to you, so it's not just me. So,
Yeah.
yeah, please share your poetry. Yes, you can
Yeah.
read more if you want.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I will read. Yeah. Another one is freshness in the air, welcoming a fresh day with open arms, a spark of brightness, filled with joy and happiness, dawning upon the horizon mist, wrapping Mother Earth with love, winged birds chirping a merry tune, cherry blossoms drifting in the breeze, a golden hue unfurling as petals, each bud blossoming and playing notes of divine ecstasy, the air filled with scents of roses. Patiently the day serenaded. Soon twilight came over the edge. The moon overshadowed the sun, and the freshness of the day slept peacefully in her heart. That was the freshness of the day. And then, there's another one, evolve into a raindrop, falling as a tiny whisper, like a precious dewdrop in the early morning sun, on lotus petals in the lake, of stars in the night, evolve into a dancer, dancing to the beat of 1,000 songs, together with tulips and daffodils, and the whistling winds in tules of vision and dainty feet, evolve into a beautiful being, showering incessant blessings onto hearts full of love, luminous and radiant as ever, falling like drops of pearls as sunshine flows into the trees. That's another one. Yeah. Saga of my heart, delightful soul of passion, make peace within the folds of your heavens. Let the one who creates speak words of affection. Your happiness is only yours. Let your heart sing sweet songs of blossom's beauty, unfurling like petals of a lotus in early springs. Listen to your heart saga, my timid soul. You were never lost, nor were you flung like a driftwood. The key was in his hands. All he had to do was turn it inside, let you have a glimpse of his eternal love, and the rest was up to you. Then another one is there. Let us scatter love wherever we go. Let her verses of joy sing forever. Let us dance freely to her calling as little gems woven together, kindness to one and all, blossoming to its every breeze, being you humble like a blade of grass and more tolerant as a wise old tree. Let us scatter seeds of happiness far and wide, smile, touching tender hearts, see no faults in others, become a sea of friendliness. Let us scatter joy on the dancing fields, flowers singing in rapturous delights, sharing its nectar as little treats, attracting bees and birds alike. Another one is there. I see you. I see you in the sunbeams, among songbirds and lavenders. You speak of beauty's whisperings, love that softly flows as wine. I see you in the pastures of greens, rivers running up in streams, playing your lovely tunes, dancing with the autumn leaves. I see you in the little white lamb, suckling its mother tenderly, horses that gallop sprightly, hearing your enchanted voice. I see you in the valleys and dales, ringing bells of joyous age, a movement in every step, a wonder, a surprise, a celebration. I see you at our petted dining table, silently munching with us, enjoying hot chais and coffees and our little hearts to hearts. I see you sitting next to me, gazing at me with loving eyes. You need not worry one bit, my child, because I am here and everywhere. Yeah. But Rosh, one thing is there that after years when we came back to Merabad, or where
Hey,
Eruch
Kamal.
was, yeah,
Kamal, I'm just interrupting. I'm sorry. Don't
yeah,
address my name because we are all
okay.
here listening to you. So
Okay,
just
friends.
continue
Okay,
to
friends.
speak.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
friends. After years,
Yeah.
when we came and met Eruch uncle in the Merabad hall, so like he met us, my cousin sister and me, and then the chair where Baba is sitting. He's telling us, quietly told me and my cousin sister, see, Baba is sitting there, and you know what? Your dad, he's there. Baba, he's very mischievous, and Baba is hitting him. So all these little, things were like with Baba, it was so beautiful. And we had Erach uncle's sister and all Mirwan and everybody. So like we were all from Baba's family, like part of Baba's family. And Baba would always visit our house at Amannagar, and every day there was food kept for Baba. So Baba, whether Baba would come to the big house or not come to the big house, there was food kept for Baba, and all that food was kept for us. So first Baba comes or he doesn't come. We all had to eat that sort of a food. It was all done like that. And like many stories. My cousin brother is Mervan Mehta, who Baba said was Norina Machabelli reborn. So he's my first cousin brother. He's the eldest. So then we had many stories about that also. And Mera, who is sick right now, she's also one of my cousins. And so we had all this, and we used to enjoy ourselves with Mani, Mera, and all the monthly. And they used to visit my cousin sister's house in Pune also. And in my cousin sister's house in Pune, there is one pencil shaving where Baba has appeared in her house, which is still there. And so, like, So today we feel so blessed to be with Baba, that he's always there with us, And so that's the whole thing. So not much stories with Baba, but these are the stories where we are all inside with Baba. So that's it. Yeah. So I'll read some other poetries. There's a
Kamal,
lovely one, a beautiful. Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
want to
Betty.
ask you, what about your life now as a Baba lover? Do you have stories about how Baba has helped you, or?
Yes, yes, Betty. Yes, yes. He helps all the time. Yes, yes, yes. You moment you call him, he helps you.
Isn't that true?
Yeah. And of course, wherever like there have to be upheavals, there will be upheavals in life. But he's always there. Like one instance, I can tell you, Betty, I and my family, we had all gone to visit Nepal. That is Nepal when the king was dead. They killed the king. There were almost 13 people who were killed, and in Nepal. So I'm talking about that time when my family, we all had gone to visit Nepal. So when we went there, immediately they told us there is a strike. And when there is a strike in Nepal, we don't know, Betty, but it was a whole day strike, whole day. So these people told us that wherever you all are going, please go fast. So we went in a bus. Now we don't know the language, Betty. And the thing is, when we crossed somewhere, there was everywhere, there was, all chaos, no buses, no nothing going. So we asked those people a little bit in English or in Hindi that what is this? Why is this stop? So somebody told us that there was a guy who has been killed and by a truck. So nobody will go. I mean, you have to be here. You can't go anywhere. And next day there was going to be a strike, whole day strike. So 11 o'clock in the night, Betty, we are all sitting outside of the bus and we are thinking, now what to do, what to do. So my cousin, my children, we all started singing to Baba.
Oh,
And we told Baba, please help us, please help us. And we started singing all Parvadigar and all songs and all that. Can you believe, Betty, in 10 minutes, the military came and everything was vacated and the bus started, so these are some sorts of miracles with Baba works up, because he says, I don't do, it is you who are doing, but it is all Baba, Betty. So
wow.
certain things have really moved in our lives, you see. It's just, yeah. And I would just say, I don't know, but the Damanias and the Sattas and Mera and all the Kerewalas, they are all blessed by Baba. Like if you go to see this like Havovi and all these Dada Chanjis, I would say like that, Betty. I don't know much, but he's always there. He's always there at every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I started this blog also in his name, Betty. And then I published this book and he really, really helped me. And I was making a short story book also, writing short stories. And I can feel every time he's there with me.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. He's always there. Yeah. You have to trust it and have faith in it. That's the only thing. Yeah.
You can read some more poems.
Okay, Rosh. Okay. See, another one is there. Oh, beautiful dreamer. Oh, beautiful dreamer. Wake up and see. Come in tune without warmth. His love is waiting for thee. Sufferings of the rude world felt deeply, calmed by his love's light, will soon pass away. Oh, beautiful dreamer, sleep off all your so-called worries. Let go the past and fears. Everlasting now is a priceless pearl. He sends his love for a reason, not for just a day, but for all seasons. Oh, beautiful dreamer, rise and shine, ever so bright. Thoughts of a fresh world are calling. His silence will sing in your heart, and dawn will announce coming of birds. Oh, my beautiful dreamer, please join me now. And I have another one, arrow of my heart, arrow of my love. Oh, beautiful soul, this is the perfect time to release the arrow of my love deep within its folds, burning to embers of dust, wounding the hearts of all. The more I stretch my bow, the greater the arrow pierces its target, like flames of fire that tempers blood from the hurt and then disappears in the ashes. When I let go the arrow from my limitless hands, the wounds and cuts will make them come for more. My cup of love is never empty. It shoots right at the goal. Then I have another one. Life is like a sharp-edged sword that can cut you to pieces. If you are surrounded by hatred or so-called jealousy, life is like the sweetness of sugar that can swallow you wholly if you love someone deeply, filling hearts with joy and delight. Life is like a strong pillar, strides to endurance and courage that tells you not to give up, but strives hard for a better tomorrow. Life is like a silent observer watching you in pin drop silence that pays no heed to your calling, but is part of you along your journey. Life is beautiful in all her essence. If you know how to flow in a rhythm, she will change the course of your life and envelop you in all her simplicity. And I've got another one. Oh, sweet night, dark and naked, standing tall and firm. I walk on your flaming path, which is above my daydreams, the eventide that touches dances upon the hillocks, silent and deep. Oh, sweet night, wild, a word of caution to me. Lose not your very self in monsters, crowded chambers, wet with the blood of men who dwells in my shadow as heaps of broken skeletons. O sweet night, patient and passionate, mighty and high in your ego, speak my language of love. Take me within your folds, that I can sleep in your bosom peacefully 1,000 times. And I've written another one, moment of madness. In a moment of madness, she set her soul on fire. Her heart was up in flames, spreading colors of mayhem. She was hurting and bleeding, thrown off an as unwanted corpse. No one bothered to pick her up. She lay dying for eternity. Her soul was being eaten alive by the wicked devil himself. Her dreams had torn her apart, and she had forgotten her own self. Ravaged and withered beyond repair, the more she searched for love, she fell deep into an abyss. No one was there to lift her, except hungry eyes along the way. And in a moment of madness, she rebelled and took up her own cudgels, pillaging every nook and corner, and became a rage to be reckoned with. Yeah. Good morning, love. One cool rainy day, raindrops kept falling in the leaves as white pearly dewdrops outside my balcony window. The sun too stayed away, did not want to show its presence on this vast panoramic city. Sipping on my hot coffee with a hot croissant in my hand, looking out of my window, gazing at the birds chirping, I was totally captivated in the moment. Silently, I felt this tender hug, warm kisses sending goosebumps, melting me like a running brook with the softest sensual hint. I heard my darling whisper, "Good morning, my love." Our eyes sang its music, soft tunes playing gently, like the strings of a lute. I spoke words of rapture. Love's ecstasy held no boundaries. Lips tasting sweet as wine, wrapped in each other's embraces. Two happy souls that finally come alive. Another one. Smiles are free. Smiles are fat-free, tension-free, stress-free, no worries, no fears, no qualms. Brightens up your face daily. Smile is running. Smile is fun, feels lovely, makes someone happy and gay, adding a twinkle to your cheeks and laughter to your beautiful eyes. Smiles are catchy and contagious, makes one attractive and pretty. It's better your temper, tantrums, and makes you feel cheerful. Smiles are absolutely free of cost, make someone say lively. Let's all be merry and share a smile, because smiles are free and worthwhile. So it's another a first poem of mine was known as Touch. I made it touch, touch that cares so gently. For a newborn baby, it's cherished in a mother's love, softening hearts to joy splendor. Touch that delicately caresses with her soft, tender hands, broken humanity with compassion, bringing radiant smiles on their faces. Touch that spreads liveliness and sparkles as a medley of colors in bloom upon vast greens, lavenders, and pinks, creating masterpieces of artistic wonder. Touch that happily melts and softens two souls in ecstatic love as a gentle melody of hearts, opening doorways to this. Touch that unfurls its beauty majestically, paints a graceful spring's glow like a harmonious songstress in nature's mystical fragrances. Touch, at the touch of words, the poet falls in delightful raptures, writing verses upon verses of his poetic fantasies. Yeah. So any hope all is going well. Yeah. Still
Yes,
more
yes.
poems. Still more
Yes,
poems.
more poems, any more
Okay.
stories. I'm sure there are equal amount of stories as well of Baba's help in everyday life. And Baba
Yeah.
being the practical God and master,
Yes.
I'm sure there will be. So you could share some story, again few poems, again some story till we finish our time.
Yeah. And stories. Uh, actually, yeah, Baba has helped only. And in any situation, like whenever there are some troubles or anything, there are troubles in life. It's not that we don't have troubles all this way. And at times, Baba is there, and it's like, Baba is always there, as he will always be there. And sometimes, we feel as if Baba is talking to us. Like early, like every day, I feel, early in the morning, when I, say thank you, Baba, and all this, he will be always there. At least I feel from my side that, Baba talks to me and he'll tell me, Kamal, everything's good, be with me, be my car. I'm always there. I'm your constant companion. And, just go along with the way. And of course, our ways are such that, sometimes we don't listen to him and we will do things, and then we say, Baba, I'm sorry, and this and that. And also, like, all this is part and parcel of life. And in like my husband, last year he had two operations. I would like to tell you a nice story on that. That last year, my husband, in the month of May, he fell down in the house and he broke his left, what to say, thigh bone, and it was so bad that he couldn't get up from the house. And it was a COVID time. It was the main COVID time, and we had to call an ambulance and we had to shift him to Peach Candy Hospital, and we had to call the doctor who had operated on him on his left knee the last year. So we called him and, he said, oh, what have you all done? In the times of COVID, it is really, really bad. But we said, we can't do anything now. So then 6 hours we were in the hospital, in the Breach Candy Hospital, praying to Baba that, everything will become all right and all. Then afterwards, we had to leave him because 2 days he had to be kept in the COVID. So there was a COVID room separately in Breach Candy Hospital, and so he was kept all isolated, and he couldn't do anything. Like, it was a big room, but couldn't get down, couldn't do anything because he was totally bedridden. And the doctors, till the COVID test will not come negative, they couldn't shift him in a room and operate him. So he was so bad, and we couldn't help him. We had to come home. So all of a sudden, after 2 days, when they shifted him in the normal room because he was COVID negative, the first thing he told me and he told everybody that, 2 days I was so bad, but it is only Baba who has helped me. And the two room, the room which he was having, he's saying, I would have become mad, but it is only because of Meher Baba, who was all the time with me, because we couldn't go there. And it is so, that was something very nice. Like, Baba was always there with him. And then of course we shifted him, and then he was operated. And of course, every time whenever, like, friends, when my husband has had maybe 4 operations, I've got Baba's dhuni with me, where like, where Baba's time, Havovi had given me. So that dhuni, immediately whenever he would be operated, we would go inside and immediately, give him in his mouth, apply the dhuni wherever, and we always say, Jai Baba, Baba is there with you. So everything became all right. But then apparently the second time also that operation didn't go well, so he had to be operated again. So for hip bone operation, but now, with thanks to Baba, so this is a very nice, that Baba was always there to help him, and Baba is always there. We always take his name. Like I have my grandchild. Just now, my grandchild was not well. He was having very bad. So immediately, on all our lips, Baba, please help, Baba, and Baba is always there. So that is something like, very, very good. He's an eternal master. He's our eternal father. So he's always there. Yeah. So I will read another poetry. Yeah, I'll read another one. In Search of Himself. He was a seeker who went in search of himself. His own shadows chased him. Along the way, he crumbled, fell like ashen leaves, yet he picked himself up, struggled with the colossal force of his own terrors, sailing the oceanic waves of bliss, rejoicing in little gestures of love. Self-created roles often played, lived and departed myriad times, loved beyond measure, or hated and thrown to the gallows, or kept encased as a diamond, precious, caressed, and stroked gently. A voice kept calling out to him, "Come, I'm searching you from eons." Let go of this illusory world. Once he found that voice, deep within himself, he was completely free. Help me find peace. Help me find peace, lamented and howled someone from the abyss, tearing himself to pieces. He smiled kindly and asked, in his gentle, most tender ways, "What are you willing to do for it?" "Anything," he said, with a faint voice. His liveliness burrowed in dust. He replied from words of insight that fell as pearls of wisdom. "Then let go your search for peace and allow peace to find you instead. It is a divine ray of light and is not found anywhere else. It is allowed to come forth from deep within yourself." Thoughts. Thoughts. What are you thinking? Constantly buzzing like a mosquito or jumping like a monkey, chewing our brains out. From morn to dusk, you can make us or break us. Leave us, darling, for the time being. Why don't you go for a long drive or go trekking up the mountains? Take a class on soothing meditation. It will surely quieten your mind. Certainly not will I ever invite you for high tea, or you will become so complacent, constantly snuggling under warm rugs. Do not feed on wheels of egoism. Let go and be your charming self. Be our friend and not our foe. That's the thing. Free the bird from its cage of illusions. No net entangles him. Whatever comes in its wake, he has to overcome himself. Be it darkness of the gargoyle tearing his wings to shreds, or tall, deep Goliath screaming, waiting in the shadow's wings, about to strangle him mercilessly. Wingless, broken, he can never fly. Once he sees the guiding light with a mighty thrust, he soars on wings of freedom, cutting through the maze of tentacles, floating downstream, dipping his wings, leaping on the back of the wind, to fly like a phoenix in space above the clouds of joy. Rise and shine with the morning rays of the sun to a beautiful sunny day. Take a deep breath, smile and say many thanks with a prayer full of grace. Have a feeling of aha, the cup full of hot halaus, a plate full of crispy warm wishes, a spoonful of sugary sweetness, a warm smelling soapy bath, a song and dance to set your day, and a slice of big chocolate cake greet you a success, especially for you. A little step of positive jams can be the beginning of a new journey. Just breathe in the freshness of the new, loving yourself and trusting yourself. Yeah. Another story I would like to say, friends, that I have a daughter and a son. My daughter is a counselor. She's a counseling psychologist and she works in a school. But I have a son who is a little mischievous. So he was very, very mischievous, not doing very good in his jobs. He was an art director, but many, many lives, many, many jobs he has changed. And he's the today's generation where they think, life is just, fun, like drinking and all those nonsense things which today's children do. So like every time I would tell Baba, please do something for him. Please put him, somewhere where, I'm not growing young. So one day he needs to be on his own. So after many, many jobs, he changed. He went to a nice job. So I told him, and we have a very nice Baba center in Bombay, which is very, very good. So I told him, you get a good job. I have spoken to Baba and I'm going to take you there and you have to take Baba's blessings. So, and then you do a good job. So after telling so much, he got a very, very good job. And first I took him to Baba. I told him, now you go there to the center, bow down to him, take his blessings. And today, that thanks to Baba, he's doing very, very good. I'm very, very thankful to Baba. Jai Baba. So like that it is. Yeah.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Great. You have anything more? You want to read anything more?
Mhm. Okay, Rosh,
Kamal?
I will. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I will read. Life is a game. Life is similar to playing a game of chess. You and I have no say from the beginning. He's the greatest game changer who knows us completely. A king sitting on his throne with his queen by his side. Castaway pawns are we, depending on his moods and his so-called humor. After every smart, mischievous move, he makes the next challenging move. No choices whatsoever given, no favors freely assumed. Everything for him is ephemeral and nothing is everlasting. Unpretentiously, the game carries on. He's the check and he's the made too. A wandering monk. He was a silent river going along current, a constant movement, a rare flowering shrub. He was the song of the birds, a fusion of the purest gold. He was a wandering monk, foot loose and fancy free. Roots of the wise tree could not drag his pace. Though he was enlightened, he continued to be penniless. Nothing was special about him. Veiled in a cloak of stillness, laughter of flooded energy. His light stretched far and wide. When he spoke, the silence loomed, penetrating mystery of words. A true friend. I will hug you ceaselessly, embrace you to smithereens. For sure, I'm not someone from your lovely family. I will care for you always, tenderly caress you. But again, I'm not your lover. I'm ready to share your pain, but I'm not your next of kin. Then who am I? You must be wondering. I'm your true friend. You can never seem to resist. My soft voice is music to your ears, who cautions you like a dad, cherishes you like a mom's sweet mom, irritates the daylights of you like an elder sister. Wherever I go, I carry this heart of mine, loving you unconditionally, a friend who will never leave you. Keep me close to your heart and hold me dear till we are known. Lives are like an open book. Lives are like open books to the one who knows us inside out. In his wildest dreams, he thought to himself of writing books on creation. He brought out his pen and paper, splashed them with colorful inks, creating brilliant masterpieces, imaginary and yet so faultlessly true. In chambers of unknown secrets, walls echoing with laughter, slabs strewn with inscriptions. Nothing escapes him and never will. He's the sole producer in the ever changing, never ending game called the lives of one and all. Soul take wings. My soul is ready to take wings. From the illusory cage of bondage, grappled was I in its tentacle. Masked of numerous desires befriended me like a cloak of iron, tossed and hurled, and its labyrinth, winds of sadness and melancholy, had carried me beyond recognition, thrown asunder like corroded rust. Laid I shattered and utterly bewildered, streaming with mindless woes. Let me out, someone, I'm choking, gasping for some breath of freshness. Alas, there was no one to hear me. One day I stopped in my tracks. I listened in the stillness of its silence, heard the most beautiful sound. My soul was free, triumphant, ready to take its wing. A flute from tall bamboo trees carved into a thin reed, your presence, a fresh breath on the ecstatic lips of a beautiful songstress, playing the flute of joy, tender wings, a soft touch upon the strings of a flute, creating a rhythmic harmony, resonating a healing trace, cherry blossoms drifting slowly across the sky as a gentle melody plays from your sweetened tunes. You are the songbird, the flower whistling in early springs, in autumn's magical moments. Let your love sing, fill the air, swaying to the beat of your slender Christmas cheers. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. So enjoy your precious moments to hear delightful Christmas carols, a hula hoop in every step, and streets lit with joyous lights. Santa Claus, too, is coming to town, dashing through the silvery snow on his one horse open sleigh, with his bag full of treats, jingling a melody all the way. Ho, 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 ho. So you better not hide, you better not sleep, but be at his side to receive gifts galore, to rejoice and be gay, to a wonderful Christmas day.
Kamal, I have a question. I'm wondering,
Yes.
your parents, how did they learn about Baba? What,
Yeah,
they,
Betty, my mother's sister was married to Homi Damania, who was part of Baba's family. So my mother, actually, my mother was. I'm from a broken family, Betty. So my mother had a lot of problems. She had diabetes and all that. So once my auntie told her that, my mother's name was Shirin. So my auntie's name was Nergish. So my auntie told her, that why don't you come and come and see Baba, or whenever you come to my house, I have this, prayer book of Baba. So why don't you come and, take this book from me? He will really help you and all that. So whenever we would go to Pune, like because she was then they gone to Pune, and so whenever we they all used to visit Amannagar, but none of them had seen Baba, Betty. It was only we as children who would go with my auntie and we see
Oh.
Baba. So my mother had never seen Baba. Yes, my mother had never seen Baba, but she started believing in Baba. Every day she would be doing prayers. And another thing is, my auntie and uncle, though they never forced us that you have to come to Baba. Like we never knew like that we had to do prayers of Baba or something like that. We never did all these things, and just flowed with him. We as children we just flowed with him, but we never had all this. Yeah, they never told us, oh, you have to do like this. Baba is telling you like this. So we never did all these things. So my mother knew only because my auntie gave the book. And other family members, okay, Betty, because we are great Zoroastrians, you see. So one
Mhm.
thing is very this in my family that how can you know, a man say that I am God. You see, that was not accepted. And another thing, even when I told my husband, Betty, the thing is that my husband's mother has seen Baba. Means when Baba, I don't know where he came in this, because her best friend was very great Baba lover. So when I don't know where, which house or what, I don't know, Betty, but she had gone to meet Baba. This friend of hers had taken her to meet Baba. So she said, "You come and meet Baba." So my mother-in-law, see, that they are Iranis, Betty. They speak only in Dari or Persian. So she must have accompanied. And when she met Baba, she was very shy. She didn't want to go and meet Baba. Yeah. So like how Baba had, even if you're shy, he will be calling you.
Yeah.
So he called her. Yeah, he called her. So she was like this. So he said, "Come, come, come." So then when she said, she said, "I can't talk in your language. I talk in Dari." So then Baba, through Eruch, I don't know who there was. I don't know. Or maybe Manzile Meme, I don't know what, Betty, because I'm talking about many, many years. This is her story which she has told. So it seems that he told her in Dari that you come. And so he embraced her. And my mother-in-law is telling that Bombay Center, she would take my husband when he was a small child to Bombay Center. Yeah, and her best friend was Dolly, who was crazy about Baba. And then Betty, another thing, when Baba dropped his body, she had a dream. So she told her husband that today I have got a dream that some big personality has, died. She got a dream like that. And then they came to know that Baba had dropped his body in 1969. And my uncle would take my cousin brother for all those days to Amarnagar because my cousin brother was in Amarnagar. He would stay with them. But my cousin sister stayed in Bombay with us. So every those 7 days, my cousin brother is gone, and he was there when my uncle would take my cousin brother to Baba's that before he was entombed. So these things are there, and so these are like stories, and so I'm connected. My mother-in-law also has got stories like this to say.
So was your
Great,
aunt and
great.
uncle, your aunt and your uncle, who knew about Baba and told you? Is that right?
No, no, no. My uncle is no, no. My uncle is the Damania. No, Shirin Damania's son.
Wow.
Shirin Damania is the mother. I mean, the Satta family. They're
Mhm.
the Satta family, Betty. And
Mhm.
then there's the Jasawala family because Eruch uncle. There is lots actually. The means Shaya. There is lots actually. Eruch uncle's sister and the Damania's Shirin. They were sisters. They are sisters, yeah, sisters, and they are the seven brothers. No, the five brothers. And when Baba came to Ahmednagar near the tree, when Baba came to sit there, they came Satta brothers came to know that there is a Zoroastrian reborn person has come there. So they walked all the way. I'm talking when Baba first time came in 1920s to Ahmednagar. And yeah, Betty. And those days there were, all these tongas. I have also sat in tongas. We never had cars and all that, like, ambassadors. Otherwise, we all used to go in tongas and all. So when 1920, when Baba came to Ahmednagar, these three brothers, that means Naswan Mama, Meji Mama, and this Pilu Mama, they are the Sattas. They went and met Baba over there underneath the tree where Baba's MPR is right now, and that near the well. And then they told Baba that we have come to see you because we've heard like that. And Baba told them that I am your seventh brother. So there were four sisters. There were four sisters. That is Eruch's mother. One is my uncle's mother. And then there was that other two sisters, I think, were not married. Jalu, I don't know what that is. So then, so Baba said, you take me as your fifth brother. So much importance he gave that whole family. Yeah. And that's the whole thing.
Jai Baba. How
Jai
beautiful.
Baba.
Rosalie wants to ask something.
Yes, Rosalie.
Sorry. There was some echo. Okay. Rosalie, you need to unmute.
Yeah, we can't hear her.
Trying to unmute. Okay, it wasn't letting
Yeah.
me.
Hi,
there's
Rosalie.
two things I have to hit. It's not so simple. Just to let you
Yes.
know, Roshani. Anyway, an interesting thing, Kamal. I stayed with Mani Damanya. I was there. I never wanted to go for MRTD. I didn't enjoy MRTD, and but anyway, I was there 81, 82 MRTD.
Okay.
So I remember staying with Mani Damanya at her house.
Yes, beautiful.
Anyway, yeah, and then when Artabas passed away in 2007.
Yeah,
I was there. No, 2009.
yes.
I
Yes.
was there staying at the Pilgrim Retreat, and they said, I remember Alan making a cake.
Yes. Oh, awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, so anyone that wanted to go to Marathon, because she was lying in state, could go. So I went, and on the way, Mani Damanya, who at that time looked very fragile.
Yeah.
Tiny, and the bus was swaying, and she was holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
So I turned to this Indian, a young man, and I said, she really needs a seat.
Yes.
Young, vital man. And she was like, she would have ended up on the floor. That's, Anyway, so he was embarrassed. He gave her his seat.
Yeah.
But on the way back, he got a seat near the window, and he looked out the window. He didn't want to give a seat up again. It was really,
Yeah, so nice. Yeah.
But that's a memory. And now I was going to ask you, now Mani Damanya, so her mother or father, what was in a Sata? Who was a Sata?
No, Satta were their uncles.
Yeah. What is the connection with Mani Damanya? That she's connected somehow with
Sata.
So
Mani. So Mani was the sister of Homi Damanya. There were two sisters. There was Meru.
You have to talk slower because these lineage is not easy.
Rosalie, there were two sisters. There was Meru Damanya and there was Mani Damanya. And Mani Damanya was married to Eruch. Baba told Eruch to marry Mani Damanya. So his own cousin, Rosalie.
That was Mani Damanya that
Yes.
was,
So
okay.
Eruch was married.
Ah,
Eruch
ah.
was married to his own
Yeah,
cousin. Yeah, and the next day, Eruch was told to come away the same day. So
right.
Mani became very much against Baba. She didn't like all
Oh,
these
she
things at
did.
all. Yes, and
So-
she
so-
started
So
believing.
wait a minute. So that was Mani Damanya.
Yes, yes,
Oh.
yes.
Now,
And Rosalie,
but
Meru,
what's her connection though to Satas, Mani Damanya? Does she have a connection?
Okay.
To Satas?
Rosalie, yes, Rosalie, Kamal, why don't you tell her as Sattas only? So, Rosalie, after marriage, the girl takes on the surname of the husband.
husband.
So, the Satta sisters,
They were
they
sisters.
became Damanyas after the marriage. So,
Marriage.
their surname is Sattas. That is why they are, so that's where the
Correct.
confusion. So, they are
Yeah.
Sattas, but they became Damanyas. So,
Yeah,
Mani
after
Damanya
marriage.
is the marriage surname.
Yeah, no, Mani Damania
Sorry,
is
not
daughter,
Maryam,
is my uncle's sister.
yeah, uncle's sister, and the other one.
Yeah. And
Now,
Shirin Damania was Satta, but she married the Damania.
Yeah.
That is how she
Yeah.
became Shirin Damania. And Eruch's mother was also Satta, but after marriage, she became Jasavada.
All right.
Like that.
Right.
And Sam's mother was also there, Banu. She became Keravada.
I wanted to share this. When I was the first time I was in India in 1976, I would stay at Meher Colony.
Yes.
I liked it very much there. Well,
Yeah.
one day, Nashawan says to me, you know, Norina lives down the road. And I had already heard, it's like Baba's gossip, literally, that, the grapevine, whatever you want to call it, that the women Mandali saw this boy and they knew that soul.
Yes, he was my
Baba
cousin.
said.
Yes.
So anyway, I never said a word to Nashawan, not a word. But I was very into this mystical speaking that Baba did through Narina Machabelli. Very, very helped by it, you might say. My heart was helped by this.
Yeah.
So anyway, one day Nashawan says to me, Norina lives down the road. And I said, I'd like to meet him. And he came. He was 16.
Yeah,
He was quite quiet, not speaking much. But it was just interesting that Nashawan would just come up with this. You want to meet him? Because, and the most important thing that is for me is every lifetime for each one of us, whatever we're doing is Baba's work because we're Baba's. It doesn't matter how glamorous or whatever.
Correct.
But I would say for myself, that was a tremendous work that was done through Narina. That mystical language speaking through Narina. Very, during the blue bus journeys, they're all indicated in the Mayor Baba journals. It took place at that time, but anyway, it's just interesting. My contacts, and that's the most beneficial thing, because I hear other times Baba pointed out this one or whatever, and but this was significant to me because, we tend to kind of dwell in the past, Marwan he's not into the past, no. And it's such a good lesson. If you want to dwell in the past, that was a glamorous lifetime. Married to a prince, starting a perfume, it was a glamorous lifetime. And it's, but the important, that important work I feel it's an important work for women that Baba used a woman to speak this mystical language. That was no accident. And here through Zooming, we do meetings where we will read the mystical language. And it's one of my favorite meetings because for me, I don't need to discuss. Baba said, all he required, some of the Mandali were complaining, we don't know what Narina's talking about. We don't know. And Baba says, and this was just a Mandali. I don't know name, but Mandali. It says, you're like children. You're children. This is for the future. And it's to be read with reverence. And it's a very unusual use of, it was in the English language, which is very interesting because that was not Narina's native tongue. She was Italian, she spoke fluent French, but so it's very interesting. Anyway, hearing the name and Damania just triggered that off. And it's funny incident.
Correct.
So it's nice to meet you. It's Kamal.
Yes, Kamal. Thank you. Nice to meet you also, Rosalie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Nice to be with the Baba family.
Rosalie, it's interesting that you, of all people, now Shawan decided he brought it up. He said,
He brought it up.
He introduced you.
Actually, it's kind of funny because that was my first time to India. So you could stay at the center. You could go in Monday if there was room. And there were cottages. And you had to leave on Friday. And then I remember Adi Rani would give a talk at the Nagar Center. And then you had to get a place in town where there was no place I wanted to stay other than Meher Kalani. But, I had to save my place and I was on a budget. I would almost avoid Nashawan because, I was quite on a budget, and, I should have really been staying to hold my place. And, it's funny. But that was a wonderful time. And I remember Kali, the one that cooked for us at Meher Kalani, she had cooked for Baba too. Somehow.
Yes.
Yeah. And I do remember walking through the alleyways, and then I learned to be careful because, this bullock, I don't know, it's just like terrible. And he came up real fast with his head, and I thought, wow, I'm watching my step, Anyway, it was quite that first experience of
That's lovely.
the Mandali and meeting there, for me was and in a way I kind of I had a dream about her, and there was a wonderful Baba lover who had met Baba physically, Phyllis Frederick, and she said, this dream I had, I was looking to her for my mother, a spiritual mother, So, so we came, there were 5 of us from Los Angeles, California. We came, and Jack Small, you might know Jack used to be around there, used to help Adi Rani, and he was one of the one that drove Adi Rani. Adi was dead and they drove him back. So, anyway, but Jack knew that Mara would come twice a month for Arti. So I just remember we were inside the Samadhi there was not a lot of people around, but it was the day that Mara came, one of the 2 days. And I couldn't believe it, the sight of her for me. And I don't remember anyone helping her. She was never alone, so I know. But it was almost like I just had eyes for her. She slipped out of her shoes and she came, and I thought it was a wonder that she was walking around because she was so inward. Speak of watching your step, she was so within herself with Baba that it was remarkable. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, and I also felt that Baba had me meet her at the Samadhi. So
Yes.
I saw who she was. The totally with Baba.
Yeah.
So then when I met her on the porch, it was different. You know, he wanted me to know who she was first, you know. Well, I sort of did, but that was, I'd never seen anyone so inward. Yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful, Rosalie. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Jai
you,
Baba.
Kamal. Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank
Kamal.
you,
Jai
Rosalie.
Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you for
And
your
Baba,
phone.
everybody.
oh, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
since our dear Vijay ji is here, before we close with our dhun and our Australian Aarti, let's have Vijay ji sing a song for us.
One question.
Yes, yes.
Kamal, where do you
Yes.
live? Where
I
do
stay
you
in Bombay. In Bombay. Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Kamal,
Thank
for
you.
the
Thank
lovely
you.
poetry.
Thank
Be
you
with
so
us
much,
till
everybody.
be with us for the dhun and the Aarti, Kamal,
Yes,
as
yes,
we
sure.
finish.
Yes,
And
yes.
we'll have our dear Vijay ji singing us a lovely song. Jai Baba Vijay ji.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, Roshni ji, thank you. And thank you, Kamal ji. Beautiful speech. And thank you, Rosalie. Good old days I remember at Meher Colony, Akbar Press and Satta. I also do remember. I cherish those ways and I know Kawas Damania very well. So, I sing this ghazal by Mirza Ghalib. एंड दिले नाकाम तुझे हुआ क्या है आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है ओ वर्थलेस हार्ट व्हाट हैपेंड टू यू व्हाट्स द मेडिसिन टू of this pain what's the matter lord I'm unemployed what from where this fire and air and fire, air, flowers have come. I give my life to you. I don't know what loyalty means. Why so much fuss about God when Khuda, when there is no one else except Khuda? Yeah. दिल ना काम दिल ना काम तुझे हुआ क्या है दिल ना काम तुझे हुआ क्या है आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है दिल नाकाम हम हैं मुश्ताक और वो बेजान है मुश्ताक और वो बेजान या इलाही ये माजरा क्या है दिल नाकाम सजाओ गुल कहाँ से आए हैं, सजाओ गुल कहाँ से आए हैं, आग क्या चीज है, आग क्या चीज है, हवा क्या है, दिल नादान जान तुझ पर निसार करता हूँ, जान तुझ पर, जान तुझ पर जान मैं नहीं जानता, मैं नहीं जानता वफा क्या है, दिल नादान जबकि तुम बिन नहीं कोई मौजूद, जब भी तुम बिन नहीं, जबकि तुझे बिन नहीं कोई मौजूद, फिर ये हंगामाए, फिर ये हंगामाए खुदा क्या है, दिल नादान हमको उनसे वफा की है उम्मीद, हमको उनसे वफा की है उम्मीद, जो नहीं जानते, जो नहीं जानते वफा क्या है, दिल नादान मैंने मांगा कि कुछ नहीं गालिब, मैंने मांगा कि कुछ नहीं गालिब, मुफ्त हाथ आए तो बुरा क्या है, दिल नादान तुझे हुआ क्या है, आखिर इस दर्द की दवा क्या है, दिल नादान Thank you, Jai Baba. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Baba. You sang for him and the Baba in all our hearts.
Jai Baba.
Jai Meher Baba. So we will move on for our Meher Dhun and closing with the Australian Aarti. Thank you, everyone.
Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba. Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba. Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.
O glorious, eternal, ancient one, your face is a bright, transcendental sun. Lighten this dark world and the tears I weep. My heart, Meher, I give to you to keep. Creator, yet creationless, you are. Truth and truth's body, divine avatar. Through compassion, the three worlds maintain. Destroy this ignorance that life sustains. These five lights are the whirling spokes of breath of the world's wheel that bears me unto death. Unless you are infinitely kind, break the wheel of which is conditioned mind. This incense is my love, these fruits my art, which to please you I have shaped from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shining hour. You are myself, I sing to you in grace, and beg your love to bear me through the day. Till you, the ever-living perfect one, illume my darkness with your shining sun.
Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. We'll have 1 minute of silence. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। We'll all unmute now and 3 times say Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Everyone please unmute. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Thank you, Rosh.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Vijayji, for the lovely song.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Roshni.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kamal.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Rosalind.
Jai
Thank you,
Baba.
Betty. Thank you, JD.
Rosalie, where is the blue bus today?
Oh, go get the bus, Rosalie.
Yeah. I was waiting to get on board.
So lovely. So lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it has flat tires.
So cute. Yeah.
Well, it is so much like being on the blue bus because everyone's squeezed
Yes, yes.
together.
Yes.
Squeezed, focused on
I love the back one. That's always, I think, me falling off the blue bus.
Yes, yes, yes. And such a cute doggy too. Such a cute doggy too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Baba love
they even
dogs.
got a turkey in there.
Yeah.
I think it's made in Mexico, but it has a lot of people stuffed in there. You can't see people.
Lovely, lovely.
Very nice. Thank you so much, everybody. Lovely being
Thank
here.
you, thank you.
Yeah.
Betty, would you like to sing one more song? Anybody else
Oh,
would like to share a song?
I bet I know what song you want to hear, Roshani. For
Why don't you sing that one?
I am always wrong. My that's my forever patent. Always wrong, always wrong.
right. Okay,
Who's right?
here goes.
Yeah.
This is by Mark Roohani. We have to credit him.
Really?
Always wrong, always wrong. From the get-go to the late show, every day and all night long. Always wrong, I'm always wrong. Every breath and every brainwave, every note of my little song. Always wrong, I'm always wrong. Almost, but not quite, always seems to be my plight. It's kinda hard to be finite, but I'm yours, so I'm alright. Always wrong, always wrong. From the get-go to the late show, every day and all night long. Always wrong, I'm always wrong. Every breath and every brainwave, every note of my little song. Always wrong, I'm always wrong. I always do my best, never fail to make a mess. You put the burden on my chest and never love me any less. Always wrong, always wrong. From the get-go to the late show, every day and all night long. Always wrong, I'm always wrong. Lord, I wonder where your bliss went on the day you made myself. Though it's nice that I'm consistent, I wish it was a something else. Always wrong, always wrong. From the get-go to the late show, every day and all night long. Always wrong, I'm always wrong. Every breath and every brainwave, every note of my little song. I'm always wrong, I'm always wrong. you, you need to sing this, Roshani. We should have a session, I'll teach you.
Oh,